Hello everybody, welcome to Break Remake. I'm your host Joan. Today I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to show you how to dye fabric with your food scraps. What? Let me show you how to do it. First things first, pick out the garments that you'd like to do your dye work on. I just had cotton scarves laying around, but you can use whatever. You can use a t-shirt. Mostly you want to use natural fibers because they'll take the pigment better. Unless you tea stain, then you can use whatever fabric you want because tea stains everything. I went ahead and I gently drew little lines where I wanted to scrunch up the fabric. I was careful not to fold the fabric in on itself, like roll it up into a tube. I just kind of pleated it in and then I tied it with acrylic yarn because that's what I have. Dig around and see what you can find. If you have baker's twine, if you have acrylic yarn, if you have zip ties, use those as your resist. I also have these acrylic discs, so I'm going to use the acrylic discs and clamp it in such a way so it resists in that circle area. It's inspired by itajime, which I'll put some links below so you can find out more about it. Once everything is pleated, folded, tied, wrapped, whatever you want to create some resist, soak your fabric in cold water. That way your fabric doesn't wick the dye into the areas where you don't want dye to go. I went ahead and I set up a couple dye baths. I used turmeric because I have turmeric. I used red onion because I've been collecting red onion skins for years for this very project. I also had hazelnut skins left over from when I made vegan Nutella. I'll put a link up here if you want to make some vegan Nutella. And that was the most surprising dye stuff that I've ever come across. It was so pink. Once your dye is boiling, you can drop your projects in and you want to leave them in there for like an hour. That gives the fabric the best chance to sort of absorb the color for everything to kind of set. With this project, we're not using any mordants because I don't have any mordants here at home. And I'm just going to kind of guess that you don't either. But if you just so happen to have some alum at home, go ahead and drop a teaspoon of alum into your dye pot to help the process. I don't have any alum. I don't pickle anything. So I just have hope. So my mordant right now is hope. What this means for the dye projects after they're done is they won't be as color fast. So they may wash out, they may fade in the light. It's okay. I'm just kind of experimenting. Once your hour is up, go ahead and pull your work out or leave it to cool on the stove. And then once it's cool to the touch, you can go ahead and rinse it in cool water to get all your debris off of it. Make sure it rinses clear and then hang to dry. My favorite part of this whole project is opening everything. It looks so cool as you reveal it. My plastic discs did warp, so I didn't really get a nice circle for my resist. It came out more of a gentle blob. As you can see here, this is after one wash. This is how much it faded. And then here is some that I sun faded for 24 hours. If you want to do more natural dyeing, check out this video where I do some low water immersion with onions again, and it left little like rings of onion on the fabric. It was pretty cool.